My name is Avil Beckford, and I just started this new initiative called The One Problem. It is something that's near and dear to my heart. So, what I've been doing is inviting guests, and they take one problem. Most people have lots of problems, but they're just going to choose one problem, and in 5 to 10 minutes, they're going to offer us their solution. This is a way for us to learn from each other. Today, my special guest is Margie Solomon. She's an Elevate sister. Most of you know that I'm the former co-president of the Toronto chapter of Elevate Network, and I just recently stepped down. So Margie is a former chapter president, Elevate Expert Leadership Team member. Margie, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about your one problem.
My one problem is how to stay relevant as we age. And this is something that as I've aged, and I will, full disclosure, I am 67 years old. And I may be one of the oldest members of Elevate. Maybe not the oldest, but one of the oldest. And one of the things over the past several years that I have found as I've aged and as other women age, regardless of whether they are in the corporate world or they're entrepreneurs, there comes a time when we become less relevant. And what we say seems to fall on rather deaf ears with our younger sisters and brothers and the men and women in our lives. My mother warned me about this when I was younger. She always lied about her age, never gave her real age because she said she would be pushed out or she would not be promoted as she aged. And she literally started talking to me about this when she was in her 40s. For the past several years, really as I've gotten into my 60s, I've written a lot about aging and staying relevant. A couple of things that I've done to try to help others stay relevant is have talked about reimagining yourself and imagining yourself as being an expert in something that you've learned throughout your life. Also, dressing for yourself as opposed to dressing for everyone else. Become yourself. And that kind of moves into authenticity. But as we age, we've experienced through our lives that people have expected us to dress a certain way. You're expected to dress a certain way when you're in the corporate world. You're expected to dress a certain way as you age. And I've kind of blown that up. I know our new vice president wears Chucks. I've been wearing Chucks for 5 or 6 years now as part of my look. And it's been wonderful because I get a lot of comments about it, but it's my own style. And it has helped me feel better about myself because I'm dressing for me and not for somebody else. The last thing is, and this is kind of goes with Elevate, I've been writing articles about it, but I also started a roundtable inside Elevate for the global membership called What's Next, a roundtable for seasoned professionals. And it's for women. Actually, we have millennial women and Gen Xers and Gen Zers who join us, but it's really for those women who have are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and on, for them to be able to talk about some of those issues that are occurring as they age. And that's from anywhere to being in your 50s, 40s and 50s, and still having teenagers at home and trying to juggle that. Being in the sandwich generation where you're caretaking for aging parents or you're starting to lose your parents. If you're an entrepreneur, getting to the point where you might want to find a succession plan for your business. So those are some of the things that that I've done for myself to help me feel more relevant, and also for others as they move into these different stages and ages of their lives.
Thank you so much, Margie, for talking about this. Because, ageism is a real problem. So I'm sure my listeners and my viewers will be able to relate to this.